Hello and welcome to the Booktube Makes Me Happy tag. I was tagged by Pat from Book Chat with Pat. She was tagged by Gavin from Genre Books 23. Gavin was tagged by Monty Adkins, and the original tag was created by the Book Ponderer. I figured this would be a great tag to do because we certainly all need something lighthearted and focus on what gives us joy and happiness. The prompts for this tag are: number one, what kind of booktube content makes you feel good or gives you encouragement? There are so many different things I could respond to in answer to that prompt. What I put down was I look for things that are lighthearted, anything to do with pets and people having pets in the background or being able to snuggle with them on camera. Reading sprints, I have met so many amazing people through those, and I've just done a shout out video for the number of different channels that I've been following in terms of reading and productivity sprints, and talked about the connections and friendships that have developed from all of those. Also, in terms of encouragement, are just booktubers in general and our community, how we support each other, posts when we're getting close to some of those numbers. So recently, Pat and Fred at Read by Fred had just given me shout outs as I'm getting close to that 300 mark. By the time this comes up, perhaps I may be over that. Advice and suggestions. So thanks so much to Gareth at Book Songs and Other Magic, Jack from Spread Book Joy, Pat, Bad, Greg, Alan. I mean, I could go on. This community is just incredible for showing support and encouragement. Number two, how has Booktube motivated you or encouraged you to do something you might not have done otherwise? Buddy reads. So I have to give a shout out to Dave from Book Blather and Vin at Revenant Reads. They were the first two that I did a buddy read with. Dave also got me on Voxer. Vin has now asked me to be a co-host for the December reading event, Ghosts of Christmas Past. So both Dave and Vin are getting me to stretch my wings and go into new territory and adventures, which I very much appreciate. I've also done a buddy read with Bad, and I very much enjoyed that. And I've met so many wonderful people through her. So again, just different connections. Live streams. That one I have to mention Dan from World of Mr. Gray and Mark from Dead Cold Paranormal, who I was honored to meet during a live stream in October. I've followed their channels for quite some time. They are certainly role models for me in terms of being mindful what you say, putting together quality content. I owe a huge thanks to both of their communities who, when Dan and Mark put out community posts, came over to my channel, showed support, and suddenly there I was at 100 subs, which I said I would be waiting for to start live streams. So thank you to Dan, Mark, and their amazing communities. Live streams have been a hoot. I've really enjoyed them. And now that I'm having guests, it's wonderful. I appreciate people who come on to appear and join me during the shows. I appreciate the viewers and the comments and how they engage during the live streams. Team Rewatch, always appreciated because I know trying to schedule times can be a challenge. So although people would like to be there, you can't always make it. I have the same sometimes, but watching afterwards is also great. There are many ways that Booktube has certainly motivated me, and along with what I've just mentioned, the big one is continuing to make videos. I'm sure, like many content creators, I've seen videos where people have been talking about it. I've seen posts where people have shared, and I'm the same. Sometimes you try not to get bogged down in the numbers, but it can be soul crushing at times. I'm not going to lie, especially when you've spent hours and hours on a video. And if you're lucky, it gets some views, but certainly not as many as the amount of hours you spent thinking, this is going to be awesome. And apparently not. You just have to move past that, and there's always support and encouragement, both from the Booktube community. In my case, I'm lucky I also have people from the paranormal community who have been just so amazing, and I very much appreciate that. Prompt number 3, how has Booktube inspired you to put more positivity out into the world? I think it's sharing the love of reading, making those connections, just talking about things that bring you joy, that you find interesting. I connect into my videos how different books connect. I also talk about self-care books. I believe those are very important, and I'll certainly be talking more about those in December, because I think self-care is priority number 1. If we're not at our best or feeling our best, then it's hard to help and support other people. It starts with us. So whether that's taking a break when you need one, finding time to do things that bring you more joy, creating something, whether that's a video or crafts, it's about self-care. Also, my personal motto, whether I was working as a caseworker or an educational assistant, and now doing YouTube, is always have fun. There are so many things in a day that can stress you out, make you feel overwhelmed, or sadly, sometimes even hopeless. So you have to find something every day that brings you joy, that you can laugh, that you can share a giggle, something to keep you in that good place. For me, books have always been what's gotten me through, no matter how difficult or how challenging the time has been. They're my escape. They're my take a break from the everyday. So by focusing on that and connecting with all these incredible people, that allows me to generate more positivity. And I very much try to avoid getting too serious on my channel, because in reality, there are enough serious things in the world. So I try to keep my content light and upbeat. Although every now and again, yes, I do cover some things that are challenging. Prompt number 4. What is your favorite comment to hear someone say about you or your channel? I appreciate when people say they enjoy listening to me, they find my voice either comforting or relaxing. I appreciate all the comments that I get under a video, letting me know whether they've enjoyed the content, how I can improve the content, whether they've gotten something from the video, because for me, that's always helpful in terms of making new content and what am I looking at doing in the future. Number 5, what are some unexpected happy surprises of Booktube? For me, it's been the number of connections and friendships that have developed. It's been wonderful. I enjoy the emails, the messages on Voxer, the comments we share under videos, that sense of community and people watching out for each other and supporting each other. So it isn't competition, ooh, my channel's doing better than your channel. It's, hey, how can we help each other out so we can all grow together? And I very much appreciate that. As well, I just mentioned in my shout outs to the Reading Sprint and Journal channels, it's amazing how one connection can lead to so many others. And I really enjoy that. It's been amazing the number of people that I have met in just a short period of time. And simply by hopping into a reading sprint, I've really enjoyed that aspect of it. Number 6, what is a positive outcome you've gotten from making videos? I think I've answered part of that throughout the other prompts in terms of the friendships, connections. I've also learned about a number of different titles. Little Teakers is coming to be part of the video. I've learned about a number of other titles, authors. I've had a chance to meet authors, which is wonderful. I've very much enjoyed that. Another part for me, because I have mentioned that I live with chronic pain, I have arthritis and fibromyalgia and just other degenerative things. So for me, making videos gives me a reason to get out of bed each morning and something to focus on. It's helped with my self-confidence. It's helped with my depression because not being able to get out and work anymore, making the decision to close my business because it just wasn't working. COVID was definitely not the time to have to try and build a business. So I was feeling very useless. I wasn't making an income. I wasn't going out and chatting with other people. It just, we'd had the loss of our fur kids on top of all of that, 3 and 8 months. So it was a very dark time, to say the least. Thankfully, getting involved with making videos, sharing content about something that I love in terms of reading and studying and making connections has helped with all of that. And it's given me a reason to get up and be excited about looking forward to a day and all the connections as well of being able to chat with other people. So for me, there have been many positive outcomes to making videos and in particular connecting with the Booktube community. Number 7, which Booktubers make you laugh? I could mention a number of different channels in answer to that because we've all done some serious videos, but we've also done some for chuckles or we're talking about a particular book. 2, I will mention Book Buds. Always cracks me up. I mean, they have such amazing videos. Regardless of the books they're talking about, they really put so much effort into making them lighthearted and upbeat and positive, whether they're whatever location they're in. They're just, as soon as you go into their video, you know it's going to be a good time. Another person that comes to mind is Kat at Ginger Bibliophile. I've mentioned her reading of the Grimm fairy tales. I mean, you just can't get through those without chuckling, whether it's Kat's side comments about the story and what's going on, whether Little Man's doing something hysterical or Franny. It's just, again, as soon as you click, it's going to be a good time beginning to end. And like I say, there are other videos that crack me up as well. I mean, Olive picking her own reads. I probably watched that video 2 or 3 times because it was just hilarious watching Olive clicking away and filling up her iPad with her read for August. Number 8. Which booktubers warm your heart and make you feel all happy inside? To be honest, it's all the channels I follow in Booktube, because if I'm not getting something from the content, I'm not subscribed to the channel. So I would have to say everybody, because I love watching channels grow and reach milestones. I'm happy and excited for them. And, some of us grow slow, and that's okay. I mean, I'm grateful for the slow growth because there's been so many learning curves and things. Other people grow fast in a short period of time, and that's okay too. I mean, like I say, the lovely thing about this community is that it isn't a competition. We support, encourage, and feel great when each of us passes various milestones, whether that's the number of subscribers, the number of views, whether we just had a video that took off, whatever. It's just that amazing, supportive, wonderful sense of community. Number 9, who are some of your favorite commenters who don't have their own channel? Again, I'm not naming anyone specifically there. I appreciate everyone who comments on my channel. I've been lucky in 2.5 years. I don't think I have had a single comment that I've even remotely had to consider deleting for being inappropriate. It doesn't mean every comment that I've had has agreed with me, but the comments that have been shared in a respectful way. So I appreciate all the comments. I mean, this is about having a conversation, sharing ideas, getting new thoughts, looking at things differently. So whether someone has a channel or not, I appreciate all the comments equally. Number 10, what is something new you can do to put more positive energy out into Booktube? This one I'm not entirely sure how to answer. I mean, one thing is to put together a self-help series. I have a number of books. I have a number of resources, certainly from my counseling days and the amount of work that I've done myself. I've mentioned people like Julia Cameron, Don Millman. So I'd certainly like to get that up and running. That will be something most likely in 2025, although December on my channel, because it can be a very challenging month for people, is definitely going to be light, reading some humorous stories perhaps, as well as reading the ghost stories for the event that was just created by Vin. So I may read some of those, and I'll definitely be talking about self-help and fun, happy things throughout December. So I guess in answer to prompt number 10, it's focusing a bit more on those self-help books and strategies of keeping yourself upbeat, positive, hopeful, optimistic. I'm recording this video on November the 5th. It's now almost 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I haven't watched the news. I have no intention of watching the news. So I'm not sure what the world looks like when you're watching this video. I'm hoping that things are relatively calm, and if not, then more than ever we need to get together and work on keeping those positive thoughts and positive strategies going to help and support each other in whatever is happening right now. Number 11 is to tag other people. I'm not going to tag people specifically, But I will say, if you are watching this and if you're wanting to share some positivity and some happiness, so I guess that goes to prompt number 10 as well, then please feel free to do this tag, share your thoughts with other people. Be sure to tag me in your video so I can come and watch your answers and responses as well. And until next time, take good care.